Welcome to Accelerated Engineering. My name is John, and today I'm going to answer the question from Quora: how do I sort numbers with dashes inside a cell on Excel in sequential order from 58-02-48-25-37-13 to 02-13-25-37-48-58 using formulas or VBA codes? I thought that this was a fantastic question. It immediately piqued my interest and I wanted to answer it. Now, my preferred methodology is to use functions instead of VBA. So we're going to do it that way. And I think in order to cap this off, we'll put together a lambda function that we're going to name, and we'll actually just do this all in one step. We'll actually make a named function that does this for us. Again, thinking about keeping everything well engineered. We'll do the work once and never have to do it again. So this requires multiple steps, and we'll go step by step. The first thing I need to do in order to sort these values is break them apart. And I would like to use a formula called TEXTSPLIT in order to do this. This is one of Excel's built-in formulas. TEXTSPLIT, I pick the location of the text value. My column delimiter is a hyphen in this case, and that's all that I need for this function. We can see that it just kicks out a dynamic array with all the values punted off to the side. Great. The next step that we need, now that we have all of our values separated, we need to sort them. Sorting is easy, especially when you have a dynamic array output, because Excel has a sort function. So I would like to sort not just E2, but all of the values that are output from that dynamic array. So I'll use a hashtag to grab the entire array. That's what I need. Now my sort index, I'm actually not going to have a sort index, so I'll leave that blank. My sort order is going to be ascending, because that is the order that this particular question wanted it in. You could also sort them in descending order by selecting -1 instead of 1, but we want them in ascending order. And then by column, because this array has been broken out across columns as an output from the TEXTSPLIT function, I'm going to say true. We're going to sort this by column. And when I hit enter, there we go. I have all of the numbers sorted in numerical order ascending. Perfect. We're almost there. The last step is to join everything back together and put the hyphens back. So I'll use a TEXTJOIN. My delimiter is a hyphen, and I am going to just leave the ignore empty option blank. And then for the text that I'm going to add in, I'll just grab the output of my last sort function, use a hashtag to grab the entire array, close my parentheses, and I'm done. This is exactly the output that the question asked for. In fact, it is even a little bit better because their text editor did some wonky things with the hyphens. But there, this is done. So this is how you could do it in 3 steps using TEXTSPLIT, sort, and TEXTJOIN. And if that's all you want, you should stop watching here. But I want to take this one step further and push it to a single lambda function that we can call later, and we never have to go through these 3 steps again. So let's do that. I'll say equals lambda. My input is just going to be inputText. Okay, and then I'm going to do something, close the lambda function, and for the purposes of this, I'm going to give it an input. I'll feed it the same input. Right now this doesn't do anything. I'm going to use a let function inside of it so that I can do multiple steps. Close my let function just to keep all my parentheses in order, and then let's do some things. Okay. Well, my first output was just an output of the split function. So I'm going to actually just call it the splitApartText, even splitApartText. And what did I do for that? I said, what was my function in the cell E2? It was TEXTSPLIT TEXTSPLIT, what it will take is the input text, delimited by a hyphen, and that was it. That was all I needed. The next step was to take everything and sort it. So I'm going to say my sorted text is the sort all my split apart text. Nothing in the sort index, but my sort order is ascending, and my by column was true. That's how I got that to work last time. Okay, last thing that I need to do is join everything back together. So I'm going to call my output the TEXTJOIN using a hyphen for a delimiter. I'm not going to worry about ignoring empty cells. And I'll just take the sorted text and mash it all back together, basically. And that's it. I just need to tell the let function to output my output. And I should be able to hit enter and have it be done. There we go. That's the exact same output from a Lambda function. I love that that worked. So let's just grab all of this, hit Control-C to copy the text, enter to move out. Under Formulas and Name Manager, I will create a new function called, let's call it sort hyphen numbers. Copy all my text into here. And then my comment will be, takes an input string of numbers, delimited by hyphens, sorts the numbers, and returns the sorted string delimited by hyphens. There we go. When I hit enter, I've got my sort hyphenated function, which means that now I can just take a function called sort hyphened numbers. I didn't spell that correctly. Oh well. Sort hyphened numbers, and that's it. It does the exact right thing. I can take this text string and add more to it, and there we go. And it just keeps on breaking. That's odd. Oh, that's interesting. So what this is doing is it's actually sorting the numbers alphabetically, if that makes sense. It treats each of them as a text string. So the number with a 0 in front goes first, the number with a 2 comes next, the number with a 1 goes next. So if that meets the intent of the numbers, then that could work. But if you're dealing with a mixture of 1-digit, 2-digit, and 3-digit numbers, then this actually doesn't quite work the way that we intended to. It doesn't sort it numerically, it sorts it alphabetically. It worked perfectly for the case presented in the question, but we found a corner case where this breaks. Isn't that interesting? Well, let's figure that out. I think that I can take, now this all cascades through. I think that the best way to do this then is actually just to make Excel treat this like numbers. So what I'm going to do is say that each of these text split outputs should get multiplied by 1 so that Excel thinks that it's numbers. And let's see if that works. That's it. That's all it takes, is to force Excel to think about these as being numbers instead of being text. That was an interesting sidebar. Let's just update our Lambda function. Copy all the new text, name manager, sort hyphen, I'll edit it, and I'm going to correct my spelling here to sort hyphenated numbers, and then replace all of the text here with my new formula, enter, done, and this updated automatically to give the right number, the right output values. Neat, okay. So that answers the question, how do I sort numbers with dashes inside a cell in Excel? It shows a bug with a corner case to the original method, which I don't believe is answered in any of the questions below, and it showed how to improve it. If we wanted to do additional formatting stuff, we could do some fun things. But this actually takes this question and does the work one time, and now we don't have to ever think about doing this work again. It's just solved using a simple Lambda function called sort hyphenated numbers. I hope that you found this helpful. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this to help support my channel. I hope that you are having a great day, and happy excelling.